Visualize and imagine this. You've never used a smartphone. You've never even heard of Google. Even the internet itself is an alien concept. Unfortunately, this is not science fiction. This is a lived reality for an estimated 2.6 billion people. I say estimated. The estimate is from the ITU, which is the International Telecommunications Union, which is part of the UN. The ITU estimates 2.6 billion people don't have internet connectivity. Now, this is for a variety of reasons. One reason being remote location. So it's not economical for a telecommunications company to put in infrastructure into that remote region in a developing country in order to provide the broadband and mobile phone connectivity. So, what can we do about it? One solution is direct to handset LEO satellites. Now, LEO satellites are low Earth orbit satellites, and direct to device is a new type of satellite that's been trialled and is now being rolled out through companies such as AST Space Mobile. This technology allows you to communicate directly with a handset. Now, I know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking even. But if these people in these remote locations, possibly in the developing world, may not have the resources to be able to purchase the smartphones to connect to the satellites, let alone pay for the internet connectivity. That's true. There are various ways we could fund this, but let's just focus on the handset for a minute. The handset, or the smartphone, like that, there's my smartphone. There are a lot of smartphones that are sitting around in drawers at home and not being used. So my idea is that we reuse those mobile phones rather than just letting them sit in drawers, go into landfill, and we use them to not only provide opportunities for those in the developing world that haven't got access to the internet, but we can also use it for providing education to the millions of children that don't have internet connectivity. For example, UNESCO in their 2018 report said that they estimate, again it's an estimate, that 263 million children aged between 6 and 17 don't have a school to attend. Now, this using recycled smartphones and direct to satellite connectivity could help resolve this as well, therefore enabling educational opportunities. So the two opportunities here for the world. We can connect those that aren't connected, and I can go into various funding models that I would suggest that I've come up with for another time, or if you want to ask some questions. So we can connect the unconnected, empowering them, providing business opportunities, providing more trade in the world, and that's got to be a good thing, a win-win for both of us. We can also benefit those that don't have a school to attend to, that don't have school to attend, that are maybe a refugee or live in a rural location and aren't getting an education, to be able to get an education. That will help. It will help the world as well. In the world of AI, we're always hearing AI all the time. It's going to replace jobs. Personally, I don't believe that. I'm old enough to remember when the internet was new. Yes, if you're a typewriter repairman, woman, you may have lost your job. but there were new job opportunities created. In fact, most jobs that exist now didn't really exist 25 years ago. Web designer in 1990? No. Very niche back then. So my point is that AI is not going to replace jobs, it's going to create new ones. Now, what's this got to do with what I started talking about? Well, we're in danger of leaving those that haven't got access to the internet or to education further and further behind, because they're not going to be able to benefit from understanding about AI. Therefore, increasing I suppose you could call it a two-tier world. Now, I may sound really sort of idealistic and left-wing. I'm not really left-wing at all. My family are all business owners. And in many respects, I could be quite conservative in some aspects. But on this, I just don't think it's right. I think it's counterproductive. If we have a world where half the world, not half the world, like 2/3 of the world has internet connectivity, learning about AI, all the rest of it, what about the other third that's been left out? They get further and further behind. So this is why I think utilising these new technologies can bring real benefits, because if we leave people out, they're going to get resentful, they're going to get angry. There's enough conflict in this world, so if we can find ways to minimise it, I think it's a good idea. Anyhow, that's it. So just to summarise, I have mentioned this, I've done a TEDx talk on it. I have talked about this before. Low Earth orbit satellite technology, direct to device, using recycled smartphones and recycled computers running open source software, which I can talk about another time. These are some of the ways where we can help recycling, help people not be left behind, help people get an education, empower people with new opportunities worldwide, more people working, more people interacting, more trade, good for everyone, possibly even less migration. I know some people are probably watching this and saying, well, why should I care about people the other side of the world? Well, possibly you're the same kind of person that has the belief, the viewpoint that you don't want lots of immigration. Well, think of it this way: if you've got opportunities in places where they don't even have the internet at the moment, opportunities, why people might not want needs a good idea, good word. People may not need to move because they can find opportunities to connect to the world, to trade, to learn, and have a good life where they are. Might be right, maybe not. Why people move is complicated, but I'm going off on the tangent here. I'll leave it now, but just want you to realise that there's 2.6 billion people without an internet connection, estimated by the ITU. We can solve this. We have plenty of e-waste in the form of discarded smartphones that aren't being used, which could be repurposed. We also have lots of old computers which could be repurposed. So just think about it. Let me know what you think. If you think it's a daft idea, let me know. If you want to help, I have been trying to find out more about who's recycling. I asked this question at the business club last Friday. Who in Lincolnshire, is there any contacts in the recycling industry for mobile phones? I know some mobile phones, like your fancy Samsung and Apple iPhones, are recycled, and there's companies that recycle it. But how many are recycling a Motorola G60? It's not even the full G60, it's the G60S. What I mean is not a premium brand or type, but we could reuse these. Like I say, education for everyone, economic empowerment, more trade, and not isolating people who may justifiably, if you're being left behind in the world, get angry about it. So it's good for everyone. I can't see a problem with this. I can't. It's win-win-win-win. You might disagree. Let's talk. This is Craig. Thanks.